Okay, this is the Vision and Beyond by David Wilkerson. David Wilkerson wrote this book of the vision in the year 1973. Now keep that in mind, 1973. He was originally from Pennsylvania. When he was young, he moved to the city of New York, where he found Times Square Church. In this book, David predicted economic collapse. He also said that gold and silver were not going to provide security when this happened. He also talked about the rapture, the mark of the beast, earthquakes, and among other things. I am not going to talk about the whole book, just a few things, because this book, although it is small, you know, has a lot of information. You only have a few minutes to make this video. Now remember, this book was written in 1973. Look around and analyze the situation of this world, the things that are happening. This book is like looking at a newspaper today, although it was written 43 years ago. Many people are making fun of Christians who are waiting for the rapture without realizing that it's another prophecy that they are fulfilling in the Bible. For example, 2 Peter 3:3 says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, what is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Okay, let's go and get into the book. This is the context. Okay. Economic confusion. It was 1973. There is a worldwide economic confusion just ahead. Not only is the American dollar headed for deep trouble, but so are all other world countries. I see total economic confusion striking Europe first, and then affecting Japan, the United States, Canada, and all other nations shortly thereafter. It is not really a depression I see coming, but a recession of such a magnitude that it will affect the lifestyles of nearly every wage earner in America and around the world. Countries that now control huge amounts of Western currency are going to be in very deep trouble. Also, Arab countries will especially be hurt. Okay. The great economic confusion coming in lean years lie just ahead. There will be a few short, fat, and flourishing years to prepare for the lean years. Work and pray to clear off all debts and get ready for drastic cuts and budgets. I believe we are going to witness the bankruptcy of some of this nation's major and most popular corporations. I see tremendous difficulty arising for credit corporations. We all know what happened with the mortgage industry back in 2007. You can get more information if you read John Todd. He will give you a really good insight about this. Okay. I want to go to the most basics. Okay. What here says, not even gold will provide security. Gold prices are soaring, but those who are investing in this commodity hoping to find security are in for a tragedy. Surprise. The price of gold is going to rise astronomically, but it will not be sustained over a long period of time. Silver will also become very precious metal, and its price will go wild. Believe it or not, even gold will not hold its value. Gold holders are going to get hurt badly. This is one of the most significant predictions of this book. Okay, the world monetary system, the mark of the beast. They will develop a call for revamping all world monetary system into one uniform system, and even though the dollar would appear to be gaining strength just before the coming major recession, a new crisis will develop that will shake the entire financial world. I believe a revived Roman Empire will eventually become the power base for a super world leader who will arise to restore economic order. He will no doubt institute a worldwide working credit card system. Invisible numbers will be implanted on the forehead and forearms, and only full-scope scanner will be able to detect the numbers. The numbers could be assigned in 3 stacks of 6 digits. The mark will be required by all, and no one could buy or sell without this invisible tattooed number. Some kind of world credit system will develop, and nations will be able to utilize blocks of credit. That's your mark of the beast right there. I want to go a little fast because this has a lot of information. I don't have a lot of time. Okay. Beware, hoarding will not help. It is not a time to hoard money because it will not provide real security. It is still possible that we can face the time when even government insured savings will not be paid. The only real security is in land. Money that is hoarded will disappear like sand out of a bag with holes in it. Now let's talk about the weather changes. Okay, let's go chapter 3. A flood of filth. He basically predicted all the things that's going on right now on the TV, radio, all this. For example, right here it says, Christians are soon going to be exposed to such a violent filth and sensuality that it would take a firm grip on God to survive. Those on the fence are going to fall flat on their faces. Those who do not enter into the ark of God's safety are going to be swept away by this flood of filth. Okay. I have seen the Jesus people of this generation as the last Christian. Satan is going to come as an angel of light, so subtle, innocent, and indefinable that few will recognize what is happening to them. He's going to camouflage his activities and attempt to deceive Christians with temptations that are legitimate within themselves. But that when misused become damning. The number one temptation for the last Christians will be prosperity. The Bible warns that in the last days many Christians will be half-headed, rich, prosperous, and in need of nothing. However, I see millions of Christians being deceived by prosperity. The last Christian is going to be afflicted by prosperity and tested by it more than though through poverty. Okay. What he says, the sudden evacuation of Christians from the earth will catch many of them unawares. They have become socialized gadabouts who can't find 1 hour anymore to talk to God in a secret closet of prayer. Now pay really good attention. He said the sudden evacuation of Christians from the earth will catch many of them unaware. I see the sign of the future as the misuse of leisure time. This has nothing to do with the weeks spent on vacations. I am talking about all the wasted time. I see Satan coming again to accuse the last Christians. Look at the last day Christians, the television addict. Look at him, hours and hours for soap operas. coming is spoiled, but no time to get along with God. But he has no time to read the Bible or pray. Is this the last day Christian who is supposed to walk by faith? Is this the one whose faith will overcome the world? Is this the one who is prepared for a coming day of persecution and world chaos? Are these the playboy Christians upon whom the ends of the world will fall? The greatest sin of the future against God is not abusing the body, indulging the flesh, but even cursing his name. The greatest sin against God now is simply to ignore him in a day and age in which he is calling so clearly. I see an ironic development. The last Christians who live so much closer to the return of Christ than the early Christians spend the least time of all in his presence. The message of coming judgment and the return of Jesus Christ will not register with so many Christians for the same reason that the message and the pending doom did not get through the Noah's generation, because they were so in love with the pleasures of buying, selling, planting, and love making. This book has so much more information, but I just giving you just a little few things, you know. You probably could get this book for free PDF on the internet. You know, I really would recommend you to read this book. It has so much information that will help you to face what's coming and to prepare for the rapture. He talk about rapture, mark of the beast, and all these things that's going on right now. Well, let's see. Well, that's all for today. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Study the Word of God. There is no time to waste. We gotta spend time reading the Word of God. We gotta spend time in the presence of the Lord Jesus Christ. Economy is soon about to collapse. We all know that. The rapture is soon about to collapse. Even though we did not get rapture September 23rd, don't worry about it. He will come whenever he feel like coming. I just know he's about to come. I don't know the hour. I don't know the day. I just know Jesus is about to come. Right? Keep your garments clean and prepare to meet your Lord. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.